Welcome to Learn Tech Today English. Learn today, understand better, and succeed tomorrow.
Welcome to Learn Tech Today English. Today, we're breaking down a seriously powerful mental software update that comes straight from Gar Gopal Das's brilliant book, Energize Your Mind. We're going to learn how to process your emotions in the simplest, most logical way possible using what we call the Feel, Deal, Heal algorithm. Now, if mastering your own internal data sounds a bit complicated right now, don't worry about it at all. It's going to become crystal clear by the end of this explainer. Picture this. Your computer keeps freezing up, but the only error code you get is a completely blank screen. You wouldn't even know where to begin fixing the bug, right? Well, that is exactly what happens in our brains when we experience complex human emotions but lack the precise data labels to actually identify and process them. If we suppress these emotional background apps, they just sit there, silently draining our mental battery. We desperately need a system update to label these errors and clear up our RAM. You see, while the tech world is completely obsessed with artificial intelligence, human beings actually run on real intelligence. In the book, the author shares this fascinating story about speaking at a conference in Singapore, right alongside Sophia, the famous humanoid robot. And while Sophia gave these incredible, highly eloquent answers about AI complementing humans, the author realized something absolutely crucial. Sophia's responses were entirely programmed. She doesn't actually feel pleasure or pain. Humanoids are static. Humans, on the other hand, are highly dynamic. Real intelligence means experiencing dynamic, messy, emotional data and learning how to safely navigate it. So think of today's explainer as your installation menu for a much-needed mental software patch. We're going to execute a simple, structured algorithm today. First, data identification. Second, system troubleshooting. Third, system recovery. And finally, a quick check on our hardware limitations. Okay, let's dive right into this. Phase 1, data identification, or what we call the FEEL protocol. The absolute first step in dealing effectively with our internal system is recognizing and labeling the exact emotional data you're processing at any given moment. I mean, you can't fix what you can't clearly identify. In psychology, this is known as labeling, and getting good at it builds what we call emotional agility. People with high emotional agility can pinpoint exactly what is happening inside their minds. Most of us just use generic labels like sad or angry, but honestly, that's like getting a generic error 404 message on your browser. It's way too vague. We need to upgrade our internal vocabulary to bring crystal clarity to the issue. Instead of just feeling sad, which gives you very little actionable information, we need to expand our data labels. Using frameworks like Dr. Susan David's, we can get specific. Ask yourself, are you actually disappointed? Or perhaps mournful, maybe regretful or disillusioned? Expanding your data labels and vocalizing your exact emotions is the crucial first step to bringing your system back online. Now let's transition to the next phase. Phase 2, system troubleshooting, or the DEAL protocol. Once you have the correct diagnostic label, you need to troubleshoot the bug. Just because you know what the error is doesn't mean it magically fixes itself. A fantastic diagnostic check here is to simply rate the emotion's intensity on a scale of 1 to 10. By assigning a numerical value to your feeling, you can quickly gauge the required response. If the intensity is low, say a 2 or a 3, simply observing the feeling patiently will often allow the storm to pass without any extra intervention. But if it's hitting an 8 or a 9, that diagnostic check tells you immediate actionable steps are needed, whether that's stepping away from a stressful situation entirely or asking a trusted friend for help. Which naturally brings us to the third step, Phase 3, system recovery, or the HEAL protocol. Here's the reality. Emotional injuries leave mental scars that require dedicated, intentional healing. The source material shares this brilliant story about a boy with a terrible temper. His father told him to hammer a nail into a wooden fence every single time he lost his temper. Over time, the boy learned to control his anger and eventually stopped hammering nails altogether. The father then told him to pull out one nail for every day he kept his temper. Eventually, all the nails were gone. But the father pointed at the fence and said, "Look at all the holes. The fence will never be the same." Emotional damage in our operating system is just like that. Healing doesn't mean the damage never existed. It simply means the damage no longer controls your life. And this brilliantly illustrates the complete algorithm architecture. Notice how FEEL and DEAL form the wide, solid foundation of the pyramid. You absolutely must first identify the data and troubleshoot the immediate intensity. But actively patching those emotional holes sits right at the very peak. Healing is the ultimate goal here. So how do we practically execute this recovery? Enter social psychologist James Pennebaker. His research shows that data logging, or physically writing down your emotions in a journal, creates a true, measurable increase in mental and physical well-being. Try this practical reflection exercise once a week for a month. First, identify and write down exactly how you feel. Second, write down the root cause of why you feel that way. Third, list potential ways to heal, like walking in nature, meditating, or talking to a friend, and test them out. Over a month, this data log will reveal clear data patterns, showing you exactly what solutions work best for your unique mind. Now, before you start aggressively running this new software, we have Phase 4, hardware limitations, focusing heavily on mental metabolism. This is the risk and limitation phase of the update. You have to remember that every single human has completely different mental hardware, a different capacity, and a completely different history. Think about your physical basal metabolic rate, or BMR. The author talks about a muscular monk who could easily eat 15 chapatis and stay fit because his physical metabolism was incredibly fast from working on a farm, while others would gain weight instantly from that exact same diet. Well, we all have a mental metabolism too. Your capacity to process trauma and build emotional resilience takes time to develop, just like building physical muscles in the gym. The primary limitation here is that you absolutely cannot rush this process. Never compare your emotional timeline to someone else's highlight reel on social media. What takes one person a single day to process might take you a month, and that is perfectly fine. Let's do a quick recap. The crucial point is to practice this framework consistently. First, feel. Upgrade your vocabulary to label the exact emotion. Second, deal. Rate its intensity from 1 to 10 to understand the required action. Third, heal. Log your data through journaling to patch your emotional scars. By intentionally practicing this emotional agility today, you're future-proofing your mental health. You'll no longer be controlled by vague feelings. As we learned today, you are not a robot running on basic code. You are a highly advanced human capable of incredible growth. So I leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to become the master of your own internal data? Apply the Feel, Deal, Heal algorithm today and take back control of your operating system. If you found this explainer helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Learn Tech Today English. Turn on that bell icon so you never miss our latest AI and tech deep dives. See you in the next explainer.